Hi folks, if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. So I haven't posted in a while, and that's because I have a couple of new things going on in my life, and I wanted to see how they panned out before I talked about them. And so I've waited and waited and waited, and now I'm going to do a video about some of the new things. And the first thing I want to talk about is taking the drug Mounjaro. I had been on Ozempic a couple years ago for my diabetes, and that really helped out with my diabetes and caused me to lose a little bit of weight, but it didn't cause me to lose a lot. And then after I got laid off, I lost my insurance and couldn't afford Ozempic because they wanted $1,000 a month for it, which is ridiculous without insurance. And so I quit taking Ozempic, and I just took my regular diabetes pills. But now that I have insurance again, I asked to get on to Mounjaro, which I heard was better than Ozempic. Some people like it better than Ozempic anyway. So anyway, I've been on Mounjaro now for 2.5 months, and I have to say I do like it better than Ozempic, and it's worked for me a little bit better. My blood sugar is way down, and I have lost like 25 pounds in 2.5 months, and I'm still losing weight, and I hopefully will keep losing weight. But one thing about Mounjaro, they keep upping the doses, the milligrams I get each month. So they didn't do that with Ozempic. My body first resisted Mounjaro, and then got used to it, and now my body's pretty used to it, but I'm still losing weight. I'm not dropping tons of weight, but I'm just eating less. And what Mounjaro does is it makes you feel full, so you go to the bathroom a lot less, and you feel fuller, and you just don't eat as much. And the one big problem with Mounjaro that I have had is that when I do have to go to the bathroom, I don't get very much warning. So I could be at work, and all of a sudden feel like I have to go to the bathroom, and I better get to the bathroom fast, or I'm going to lose it. So that has been a problem, but my body's adjusted to it more, and I'm getting better at it. But there's just not a lot of warning yet for me to go to the bathroom. But like I said, my blood sugar is down. I continue to lose weight, and I like the drug so far. The next thing that I have going on in my life is my schedule change. My hours have changed from working 5 days, 8-hour days a week, to working 3 12-hour days. And I work Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday, 12 hours. And the only hard thing about that is that from Saturday to Sunday, there's not a lot of time to fall asleep. And one thing I've noticed, one thing that's happened with Mounjaro is when I first started taking Mounjaro, it coincided with my schedule change. And so I was having a lot of trouble getting to sleep because Mounjaro sort of makes me feel like I'm on caffeine. And so I felt like I was caffeinated and I couldn't get much sleep. But that's starting to wear off, and I'm starting to get more and more sleep, and my body's adjusting to it. And I really like working 3 12-hour days. They gave me a 40% shift differential, so I'm enjoying that right now. And they're even though for a 2-week period I only get 72 hours, they have given me the option to come in an extra day and work 8 hours so that I can get 80 hours per paycheck, which I have been doing. So that's really great, especially with the 40% shift differential. But like I said, when I first started, I was having all kinds of problems with the schedule because I couldn't get any sleep. And I really think that that's just because of Mounjaro. But my body's adjusting to Mounjaro, and everything seems to be working out right now. So I've had a pretty good couple months. I also bought a new car, and I bought the car because my old one was starting to act funny. It I didn't trust it. I have to drive a long way to work, and I didn't trust my car, even though I just paid it off last year. It was acting, it was slipping. It's not an all wheel drive. There's things started to become, I took it into the dealership. They wanted $1,000 to fix the antenna. The warranty's off of it, and there were just things, little things all over the place that just with it that just started to go wrong. And before I had this car, I had a truck that I kept for 20 years. And once it seems like problems start with a vehicle, they just start and start and start. And I didn't want to spend $2,000 a year fixing up a vehicle, So I got a new car, and so I'm gonna start paying for that. But it's basically the same car it's the same car that I had before, except that it's all-wheel drive and it's a 2026. I've got to really concentrate on paying that off. I've got to make it, my goal just to pay that car off, because I want to pay it off within 2 years, so I don't have to pay all the interest on it. And, and but I'm glad I got it, because I feel safer, and I feel like that's something I'm not going to have to worry about during the winter. And I hate driving in the winter, so it's actually a huge risk for me. I'm the type of person that doesn't do things like that, buy new things. I let my vehicles. This will be my fifth vehicle, and I usually let my vehicles. I drive them until they can't be driven anymore, and I didn't do that with this car. So, my last car, I went ahead and bought this vehicle because I just didn't want to go through the headaches that I've been through in the past, and I just didn't feel that safe in it. So, but with this extra money I'm getting from the new work schedule and stuff, hopefully everything will work out. And I feel like things are looking up in my life right now. I have a great sense of hope, and things have gotten better. I could tell you, like I told you at the beginning of this video, my blood sugar is way down, and I'm losing weight, and I've got better hours at work and more money. And so a couple years ago I was in a really terrible spot, and now things are going good. So I don't really have anything to complain about. Right now, life is good, and hopefully it will get better. And I'm going to try to post more videos sooner. But I really wanted to see how the drug and my new schedule were going to affect me before I talked about them. And so far everything's working out. So the holidays are coming up, and I hope that everything works out for the holidays, and I will be getting you a new video sooner than later. So anyway, you guys, thanks for watching, and take care of yourselves, and talk to you later. Bye.